What's the deal, man? We're gonna start right into this content. We got two gangsters for YouTube. Apparently, this guy who he's about to bring up just got out of the feds where he was locked up with Bric Baby and Loose Cannon and Big U and the dude P4. So let's jump into this content and see exactly what he's talking about. Now, it's gonna be hard to take this guy serious once you guys see who's bringing him to our content space, but you know, it is what it is.
What it do, YouTube? What it do? So we got a guy from Park Village, Compton, crib. Yeah! He just got out the feds. He was locked up with Big U, Bric Baby, P4, and Loose Cannon. They said Bric Baby's up there doing hard drugs. They say he's a junkie now. Basically, they described him as another lush one. And the blacks decided that they was gonna give him a DP. A DP was basically their way of trying to help.
Now, here's the thing about that. There have been a few people who have come on and off the internet in the last few weeks, somebody very recently as of yesterday, and nobody's saying this about Bric Baby. So it's interesting when the only person who can say something about Bric Baby is always Christopher Lovejoy. And we know that he's not necessarily the most honest person within our space. Let's continue on.
Him get off the hard drugs. That's why Bric Baby refused to come out the cell. In 5 weeks, Bric Baby only took 3 showers. They say he is so far gone.
There we go. What's up, Brody?
Yeah. What's up with my next? You hear me? Hey, but yeah, though, man. You know, I just did a violation 4 months. I was in there with Bric Baby. I was in there with Loose Cannon. I was in there with Big U. I was with all of them. First of all, we're gonna talk about Bric Baby, bro. He in there snorting black.
Oh, he going up. He going.
Now, we would hate to see, I'm not saying it's true or it's false, but again, anything that comes with Christopher Lovejoy is never really accurate and or truth-telling. So we would hate to see, you know, this guy, whoever this guy is, randomly walking his back or apologizing or something in a few days, because as we've seen so many times, these dudes get on the internet with falsehoods and fictitious stories, and they never really go the best.
Off the black, huh?
He off the black. I told him, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that, bro. You can't be doing that. You was supposed to whoop his ass. Wouldn't come out the cell. Feel me? Supposed to whip his ass. He wouldn't come out the cell. Bric Baby only come out the cell when the members get locked down. I was with him for 5 weeks. He only took 3 showers, cuz, on V's.
Oh, he far gone. That's
but
crazy.
Loose Cannon, I gotta give it to him. He programmed. He got beat up by a nigga from Hoover, but
oh my goodness. All right, well, you know, this is his alleged lived experience. This is not gonna go the best. Let me see where this is gonna go.
He programmed though. You know what I'm saying? He programmed. I give him that. Loose Cannon and programming. Like, you know, I don't know what's going on with his case and nothing like that, what he doing, whatever, but I know he programming with the Crips though. Feel me? Every day. I can vouch for him on that.
They said Big U was up there doing his thing. A guy stole something from him, so he knocked him out. They said Loose Cannon is a better Crip than Bric Baby. They said Bric Baby is so far.
So this is definitely a campaign of smut, because, you know, like I know certain things just can't exist without it already become public in this situation. So again, you know, Lovejoy is on his smut campaign. He's on his I hate Bric Baby. He's doing whatever he has to do to kind of remain relevant, as WACK100 is about to be named as, you know, a whole lot of 1-2 stepping like Sierra in Big U's case. So I guess this is like his way of trying to get the pressure off of WACK. I'm not really sure what 600 is doing at this point. I'm not really sure what he's doing at any point.
Are gone. That he's 1 hit away from saying, I'll dome you up for some pookie. They say he stays in a cell talking to himself. He's the reincarnated Lush One 2.0. Now, I hope none of this stuff is true, because we just heard from Bric Baby last week, and he didn't talk like he was smoked out.
Big U, same thing, you know.
And now that I think about it, when Bric Baby was talking, you can clearly hear activities. You could clearly hear people moving around and meandering around the jail and all that kind of stuff. So again, if Bric Baby was only moving around when the Crips were locked up, we would have definitely have heard that through his phone call when he called in, because somebody for sure would have made that abundantly clear, or you would have just heard any of the, you know, typical jail noises and conversations you heard while Bric Baby was on the phone.
He programmed him. He beat up a nigga named Baby Papa for stealing from me. Beat the brakes off the nigga for stealing.
So tell me this, man. Like, you talking about MDCLA, right?
Yeah, I just came home from
And here's the thing about that too. This is more open source reporting. As Big U has just been hit with these charges on an alleged another inmate, why is this guy now saying, oh yeah, he just did this, oh yeah, he just did that, if the feds are charging him with assault or unalivement on another inmate? So is bro like telling on Big U? Like, I'm not sure what's going on here, because we do know that Lovejoy and WACK are in fact telling on Big U. So I'm not really sure why this guy would go on, the internet and say anything about any crimes Big U maybe have committed while incarcerated, like maybe getting into a fight or blah, blah, blah. Considering the fact that he is, again, fighting for his life in a federal indictment, you would assume that whoever this guy is, would be smart enough to keep that kind of stuff off the internet, because you are watching how his YouTube content and WACK100's YouTube content, amongst others, are being used in these federal indictments as overt acts, as, charges against people's character, and in a situation where WACK100 and Big U, when it comes to the assault, actually being picked up and, charged. So I'm not really, again, sure why this guy decided to go this particular route. It doesn't seem the wisest, but okay.
DCLA. I had to let you know that, man. Like, Brick let me down, man. He let me down, bro. I got in the paint with a nigga from Hoover because he was on that little kid indictment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That little kid on this, got in the paint, whooped him out.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this guy will be on the internet apologizing soon. This isn't the smartest thing. He is admitting to a lot of crimes and tying people to a lot of crimes. Because don't forget that fighting in the feds is, in fact, a federal crime. So, I get that he's trying to look cool for YouTube and tell these war stories, but you're tying people directly to these crimes.
Bric Baby came in there throwing powder puffs in. Once we got the word that he doing the shit, we, the shit come down, man. Get him.
That's crazy. I was wondering why he didn't call me, right? I ran into his baby mama, which I know. I know her before he know her. And I gave him some bread, like, hey, tell him to call me. And he never called me or nothing.
I forgot to add this part to my video, but he said P4.
That's because niggas ain't effing with you. That's because you're not allowed to be around. You're bad peoples. You're the worst peoples.
Finally wrote it up. He is now in PC. I guess the BPS was tired of protecting him. They said Bric Baby is scared to program with the Crips. I never thought I'd see the day that they described Loose Cannon as a better Crip than him.
And he never called me or nothing.
Then you have to also consider the source too, Gangsta, for YouTube.
I'm like,
I love Cuz though. The only reason I let you know, because when I went upstairs to go be with my cousin Tiny Boo Boo from Southside, Trey from Avalon, and Loose Cannon, when I went upstairs, Lotto got down with the nigga from PDL. Any nigga from PDL came in there, Lotto was running them. He from Broadway, feel me? He was letting loose Broadway. He running them. So he ran like two niggas. He whooped them out. Then the older nigga came down there, and then he got down with him, and Bric Baby didn't run the back fade for the homie. Like, bro, like why you didn't run the back fade for the little homie, bro? He 25, bro. He fighting a nigga 39, bro. Like, what's up with you? Then you get the homie off the unit. Bric Baby is on the mother. He's on the reception floor, bro. He ain't upstairs with the program. He ain't on the general population. When you come in, you right there with Bric Baby. You know what I'm saying? You right there.
Now he's changing up his story. You went from he's not programming, or he only comes out with the Crips, when the Crips aren't out, to he's on the reception floor. So it's a lot of conflict in this, and I'm listening to it intensely, and it doesn't sound like this gentleman's being honest. I'm not gonna lie. You went from saying Bric Baby only comes out when the Crips are put up to now he's on the reception floor. It's a flu flam, bro. It's a flu flam. You seem a little cloudy, wowdy, chasey, wacy, big dog. I'm not going to front, because if he's on the reception floor, then how would you know that he only comes out when the Crips are not out? And then if he's not on the reception floor, it's just a lot. It doesn't make sense.
With him, he's on the intake floor. He ain't coming upstairs with a BPS niggas at, Inglewood family niggas at, or Hoover niggas at. He ain't coming up there. He stand on the main floor. He stand on the main floor where you come in at. Loose Cannon send Kite down, said, hey man, tell him to come up here program with the Crips. I gotta give it to Loose, man. I gotta give it to him.
Yeah, this is just flamorous. I wonder how much they paid this guy.
Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to Loose, cuz oh Crip.
That all being said, man, you guys let me know what you believe in the comments. If you also believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, hit me up and let me know something. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. We are gone.